O heavenly King, Comforter, Spirit of Truth, Word everywhere present and fill us all things, treasury of blessings and giver of life, come and dwell within us, cleanse us of all stain, and save our souls, O gracious one. I think we're all familiar with the phenomenon of people on the left, on the progressive end of the spectrum, who will redefine terms like what it is to be a woman or a man. And instead of tying it to something biological, they'll redefine these terms to simply mean, this is how I feel. In other words, if I feel like a woman, I'm a woman. And that's then how they come to absurd positions, such as a man can become pregnant. Because here they redefine man or male to simply mean the way I feel, not necessarily how I am biologically. So they redefine terms and then play these word games. And I think most of us see right through it, and we can just see that they're redefining terms. And their terms are not in accord with reality, because after all, it doesn't matter how much you feel like a man, even if you're a woman. If you're a woman and you feel like a man, you're still a woman. Doesn't matter how you feel or your self-perception. It just matters what you actually are biologically, objectively, in reality, since truth is objective. Well, we see the exact same thing taking place among some who identify as Catholic, but they are not at all on the progressive end of the spectrum. But they too are beginning to redefine terms. Take a look at this video for an example.
Just a word about the word Sedevacantism. It's a word that's become a devil term among tradcon Catholics to make into pariahs people who believe that Pope Benedict XVI did not resign the munus, or the office of the papacy, as he's required to do under Canon 332.2 and elsewhere. Sedevacantism refers to the fringe group of radical traditionalists who believe that the last legitimate pope was Pius XII, who died in 1958. Come on, bud. And all subsequent popes have been illegitimate, and the cardinals that elected Pius XII are all dead, so you can't have much of a church with that position. It is not my position, and it's sad that people are willing to use double terms that are designed to shut down debate rather than open their minds up to the evidence and decide for themselves.
Now that was Patrick Coffin, the former host of Catholic Answers. Patrick Coffin is very clear that he believes there currently is no pope. So he believes Pope Francis is not the pope. And there isn't anybody who actually sits on the throne of St. Peter at this time. That is called Sedevacantism. Sedevacantism comes from two words, sede, meaning seat or chair. Vacantism, you can hear vacant in there, meaning the chair is vacant. The chair of what? The chair of St. Peter. It just means that a person doesn't believe that there currently is a pope. So when Pope Francis dies, all of us who hold to Pope Francis as the pope, we will become Sedevacantists until the next pope is elected. But you'll notice Patrick Coffin redefines terms. Instead of defining Sedevacantism as simply being the chair of St. Peter is empty, he adds additional qualifications saying that a Sedevacantist is one who believes that there really hasn't been a pope since Pius XII. Actually, no, that is a certain kind of Sedevacantist. But one can be a Sedevacantist while saying that John Paul II was pope, Benedict was pope, but simply Pope Francis isn't pope and there currently isn't a pope. Think of the term Sedevacantism like Protestantism. It's a broad term. Within Protestantism, you have a bunch of different perspectives. Same thing with Sedevacantism. Within Sedevacantism, there's different perspectives. There are some who say there hasn't been a pope since Pope Pius XII. There are others who say, yes, John Paul II, Paul VI, John the 23rd, Benedict, they were all popes. But they'll simply say Pope Francis isn't the pope. They too are Sedevacantists, they're just a different kind of Sedevacantist. But they are Sedevacantists nonetheless. Think of it again like Protestantism. It would be like a Methodist saying, I'm not a Protestant because I'm not an Anglican. You would probably scratch your head if a Methodist said that, because you would say, wait, Anglicanism is a kind of Protestant, but you don't have to be Anglican to be a Protestant. A Methodist is a kind of Protestant. A Calvinist is a kind of Protestant. Presbyterian, Baptist, non-denominational, evangelical, those are still Protestants. You're just a different kind than the Anglican kind. So too it is here with Patrick Coffin. He's a Sedevacantist. He's just a different kind than those who say John Paul II isn't Pope, and so on. And give it time. Eventually, the same grievances that Patrick Coffin has with Pope Francis that led him to believe Pope Francis isn't Pope, he'll eventually connect the dots and apply those to John Paul II and others, and likely say they weren't popes either. This is unfortunate because here we have examples of Christians behaving in the exact same kind of behavior as progressives in secular society who redefine terms. For years, Catholics have been made to feel humiliated and ashamed for defending the Pope and the teachings of the Church. This shaming comes not only from non-Catholics, but even from fellow Catholics who mock the Pope and fight against the Church's teachings. Are you sick of being made to feel embarrassed for standing with the Church? I stand with you. For several years, I've been producing content showing why we can be confident in clinging to the Catholic magisterium. If you stand for restoring support for the Church, help me continue this mission of producing apologetic content that defends the magisterium by becoming a supporter on Patreon. The link is below, patreon.com/reason and theology. Christus vincit. Hey everybody, have you heard people claim that Pope Francis denied the existence of hell, or worshipped an idol in the Vatican, or even the claim that he forbids Catholics to evangelize? If you've come across claims like these and you don't know what to make of them, I have just the book for you. It's called Top 10 Lies About Pope Francis Exposed. This book is available to you for free. Simply go to reasonandtheology.podia.com, provide your email address, and you'll receive your free PDF copy. The link is below in the show notes, so just simply go there, click on that link, and get your copy today. Are you a Catholic thinking about converting to Eastern Orthodoxy? Or are you a Protestant discerning whether or not to become Catholic or Eastern Orthodox? If so, I have the book just for you. It's called Answering Orthodoxy, and engages all of the arguments that Eastern Orthodox use against the Catholic Church. I respond to all of them. I show that they are in error, and in fact, they're inconsistent, because the things that Orthodox are objecting to are in fact found in their own tradition. So the fullness of the faith can only be found in the Catholic Church. Check out the book right now at shop.catholic.com for your copy.